welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. If you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss out on all of the wonderful, fun, exciting things that I'm doing over here in my little corner of YouTube. So if you remember in one of my previous videos, I showed you that I got a Ninja cold press juicer as a holiday gift from work. So I bought some jars for that. So I'll show you the jars. And I also bought some fruits and vegetables. So today I am going to play around with my juicer. And let's see if I can get a couple cold pressed juices put together. Hopefully this won't be too much of a challenge. I'm excited. And my goal is to try to just get more nutrients and vitamins from vegetables through juicing. And what I like about this juicer is that it does allow me to control the amount of pulp. So it's not like I am only drinking juice. I can also have a little bit more substance in my juices as well. So we'll see how this all works out. I'm pretty excited. So let me show you the jars. Ooh, taking a slight detour before I show you the jars. So you know how we normally have like things all lined up here by the stove. I found one of these little turntables and I think it's so cute. So now this area can look a little bit more organized and not so cluttered and such a mess with different things that we have all lined up against the wall here. So I am excited for this little bit to help us with organization. I'm sure over time it's gonna get filled up with things. But yeah, I think that's kind of cute and it just helps the space look a little bit cleaner. Also frees up a little bit more of our counter as well. So yeah. Okay, so right now I have the jars in some hot soapy water in the sink and I'm just kind of washing them out. You'll see these lids here. So I got actual mason jars. I know that there's a lot of YouTubers and other folks who are juicing and they have the nice, pretty, fancy juice jars. And unfortunately, I couldn't find them in my area and I wanted to get started now. So I'll probably end up ordering some over Amazon. But for now, I have these jars. So I'll go ahead and rinse them out and show you what they look like. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm so happy to have this juicer. Lord, please let these juices taste good so that I don't end up giving this thing away or donating it to Goodwill. No, it's gonna be, I know it's gonna be great. Okay, so in here it talks about, so I mentioned before that this has the different suggestions for recipes. And so it says, get inspired by these classic recipes. There's the Healthy Start veggie juice that's in the recipe inspiration guide. There's also ginger shots. So it shows a picture with some ginger. And then there's also something in here about pomegranate juice. I don't know about the pomegranate juice, but you know what? I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna be open to whatever this has to offer. Okay, let me get everything out the box and then we will zoom in and get a little closer on all the parts and pieces. Okay, now that I've actually started to read the manual, let's go over the proper terminology for each part of the juicer. So this is called the tamper, which will obviously be used to push the fruits and vegetables down through this, which is called the food tray. So you will feed your fruits and vegetables into this hole and then push them down like so. Now all of that is going into this top portion of it is the feed chute chamber. So all of your fruits and vegetables again will go into this. And then when you look inside of this, there's actually an element in here that's called the auger. And so this auger is what will be helping to chop up or squish the fruits and vegetables. Now earlier I was wondering why I only had 2 filters, but I have another filter, it's in here. So the gray filter is already inside and that one is for some pulp. So this little piece right here is called the outer pulp spout. and underneath here there is an inner, so you can kind of see the gray filter right there. Pushing down the fruits and vegetables, the auger is going to spiral and essentially crush everything or grind it up. And so the filter is here to help when it comes with the juice itself. So the juice will come from this bottom portion, and depending on which filter you have inside, it will either be some pulp coming out with the juice as well, a lot of pulp, or no pulp. And this lever here allows you to close it. So when you are done collecting your juice, then you would close it. And so this is where the pulp will come out. Whatever the extra debris or whatever that you don't want into your juice will come out from there. So when I put this thing all together, just envision that this will go into the main part of the Ninja cold press juicer, which is actually called the motor base. So this will go into the motor base. And then underneath here, when you have this lever open, you would want to put in your juice jug. And that's what this is called. So the juice jug will collect the juice down here. And then over on this side, this is the pulp container. So the pulp container would go there. Okay, so it seems pretty easy. Pretty self-explanatory. I do need to wash these items before I put it all together, but I did just want to do a quick little walkthrough to talk about all of the different elements of the juicer, to explain how it's supposed to work, and of course to use the proper terminology. Fun fact, 1 pound of produce will yield approximately 8 ounces of juice. Good to know. It's also good to know that all parts of the Ninja Foodie cold press juicer, except the motor base of course, are dishwasher safe. So that will make cleanup a little easier. Okay friends, everything has been washed. The disassembly was pretty easy to do, so I understand how everything can go into the dishwasher. Now for the tricky part of getting it all back together so that I can start using this bad boy. So I've decided to be a bit adventurous, and I am going to stick with the gray filter, which is some pulp. And I've got my handy dandy instructions here beside me, so bear with me, maybe a little trial and error until I can get this thing together, but I'm excited to start using it. So we have the motor base here. We have the chute where the food goes through. And so looking at the pictures here, I'll go ahead and attach everything properly first before I just try to assemble it on here. It does have markings, like right here. I know you can't see it, but right here there is a marking that shows you lock and unlock. And those same markings are also on this. Maybe you can see that. You probably can't. But anyway, there's lock and unlock. So it kind of helps you understand that things just twist and lock into place. So that's pretty easy. So I've got this food chute here. I have the auger, which I will put in like so, and then I have my filter, understanding that the screen part of the filter will go down. So that part is complete. And now I'll go ahead and add this outer pulp chute. So let's see, how does that fit in? It's got some grooves. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, so I've got them in, and I'll turn it. Okay, obviously that wasn't locked. Let me keep working here. Well, I do see an arrow up top. So when I do finally get in there, positioned properly, I'm sure these two arrows should line up. But let's see. What's going on here? I have this in all the way. This fits into the grooves. Let me bring it over maybe to this groove. Oh boy, it's not twisting. Let me come from this side. There it is. Okay, so I was trying to insert it this way and go to the right, but I needed to insert it this way and go to the left. So, good thing to know. All right, so now it's time to put it in here. So let's see. I do see that unlock is to the right. So I think this time I will be able to come in from this angle and bring it to the left to lock it, just looking at the picture here. But I also need to make sure that this bolt, I don't know what else to call it, but this bolt and the auger does fit inside properly. That was easy. clicks in place. And that snap that you heard, there is a button here that says release. So if I press the button, well, let's just make sure that it's secure, right? Before I even press the button. When I press the button, it allows it to easily come out. I like that. Love simple designs. Snapped into place. Okay, so here is my lever to release when I want juice. And my juice will go into this juice jug. And I love it's got the measurements on it so I can see how many ounces on one side and the milliliters on the other side. And of course I can close that off. I'm wondering now though if I should bring it in this way, because this is what's going to collect the pulp. It's my pulp container. So it looks like so. Now I don't have it plugged in now, but when I'm ready, I would put my fruits and vegetables in. The auger would turn. I will use, ooh, see, already about to do it out of order. So this goes on top. This is the food tray. And it goes on top like so. And so I can have my fruits and vegetables there. And as I'm pushing them down, I'll push this down. Oh, so excited. But this is it. All put together, complete, nice and clean, ready for me to use it. So let me show you the different fruits and vegetables and things that I got. I'm not gonna cut anything up yet because I do want to look through this recipe book to see what they recommend. I found a couple online, but I think I'm gonna go through the ones in this book first before I get all adventurous with stuff online. So let me show you what I got in terms of fruits and vegetables. This is the haul of produce that I've purchased so far for my juices. You can see I kept it simple. So I decided to start with spinach. I was reading online and people were suggesting that if you're new into juicing, you may want to start with spinach because it doesn't taste as green as kale. So hopefully I can work my way up to kale. Then I have some carrots. I've got some pears. I wasn't sure which type of pears to get. So I'm going to start with this one. I'll put it on the screen what it is because I can't remember exactly what it is. But I'll start with those pears. And then in terms of other fruits, I really didn't want to buy a whole lot of fruit. So what I decided to do was to get frozen fruit that's already been chopped up for me. And it's already been cleaned. And right now, though, this fruit has been sitting in the fridge, and so it's not frozen because that was one of the highly recommended things was that you don't put hard items into your juicer. So no ice, you know, you're not making smoothies, you're making juices, and also no frozen fruit and frozen vegetables. So I've got some mango chunks, some pineapple chunks, blueberries, strawberries. I've got a couple of green apples. I also got some kiwi. Again, trying to be adventurous here. I have some ginger, and then I got one cucumber. I do have a little celery left over from when I made my vegetable soup in one of the previous videos, but I've had the celery in the same bag as my garlic and onion. So it may have taken on the taste of the onion and the garlic. So I'm just gonna get some fresh celery, especially now that we know we can buy individual stalks at my local grocer instead of having to get an entire bag of celery. So let's take a look at the recipe book to see, based on what I have, which one of those juices I can make today. Okay, let's see what we're working with. So we saw in the beginning of the book, the table of contents, there are juice shots, there's juices, there's juice and pulp combo recipes, and then the pulp recipes themselves. And actually, I'm just going to flip through, and the first one that I get to, the first recipe that I get to that has where I have all the ingredients, that's the first one I'm going to try. So I like it. There's got some recommendations here. Ooh, look, there's a drink right there that's got the kiwi in it. Ooh, I didn't think about the seeds. Oh boy, maybe I need to rethink this whole thing. Okay, let's see. So there's tips and tricks for the perfect juice. If it has a tough skin or rind, like a citrus fruit, a melon, pineapple, beets, ginger, or root vegetables, you want to remove the skins and the rind. And if it's something that's a little softer on the outside, like the apples, pears, peaches, even cucumbers, then you can leave the peel and the skin on it. For prep, you also want to remove any stems and remove the seeds and remove any large pits. And then, of course, the friendly reminder that I mentioned earlier on the right, don't process anything that's frozen. But it also has here on the left, do not process ingredients that do not contain juice, like bananas and avocados. So again, with those types of fruits or vegetables, you want to be mindful not to put them in here because the whole point is for this to extract the juice. And if there's no juice, you'll probably just get the whole thing messy. So those things are more suited for blending your drinks where you have a smoothie versus a juice. All right, so let's see. First here we have the ginger shot, and it has lemons and ginger and cayenne pepper. I'm not looking for a shot right now, so let's jump ahead to the actual juice recipes. So 1 second. Here we go. Getting into the juice recipe. So the first one, it says tart pear berry juice. Takes 5 minutes to prepare it. And this has grapefruit in it. So I don't have any grapefruit. So let's move on to this next one. Citrus mint juice. It has orange. I thought we had oranges here, but I think Chris already ate them all. So I'm definitely gonna have to go purchase some oranges. And I see that this has mint. I bet this is very refreshing. So adding that to the shopping list, I'm gonna have to pick up some mint. All right, we're still going. Sweet greens juice. So for this one, it's honeydew melon, pineapple, cucumber, and spinach. So close. I just don't have the honeydew. And for this juice right here, I don't have the beets. Okay, this is not looking good, y'all. I may have to resort to an online juice. Okay, let's see. This one, it has apple, pineapple, and celery. Let me go smell that celery that I have just to see if it actually smells like an onion, like on its own. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking it is. But for now, it looks like this one is going to be in the running. But let's just flip through all the juices just to see if there's another one that doesn't include celery that I can make. So this is a melon quencher, so I'd need watermelon and cantaloupe. This one is, margarita. Okay, so it's taking the juice of this drink here on the left and adding some triple sec tequila and ice cubes. Now, we do not drink alcohol in this household, but it's nice to know that I could make this fresh drink for some of our guests or family when they come over to visit, so that's good. I'm sure the family might be trying to come up with other recipes to make refreshing drinks that are more natural. This has strawberries, pineapple, and blueberries and raspberries. Now, it's the seeds that are throwing me off a bit. I'm really not a fan of drinking a drink and having a crunch on the seeds. Whew. This does look good though, and I do want to try it. The kiwi that I already have is definitely going to probably get me over that of having to crunch on the seeds. Oh, okay, and so now we're getting into other recipes that you can do that combine things. So let me check out this celery to see what's going on with it. I might should just go ahead and try this one anyway. And if it kind of tastes like onion, then I'll just pour it out. Wish me luck. Okay, friends, so I smelled the celery and it smells like celery. I don't know if that means that it's fine and it didn't take on the taste of the onion. We gonna see, okay? So I've got the 3 ingredients that this recipe calls for. I don't have as much celery as it says, but that's probably a good thing. So I've got a green apple here, and it says for me to cut the green apple in half and only use half of it, and take that half and cut it into 2-inch pieces. And so of course I'm gonna have to remove the stem and I have to remove the seeds, but I can at least leave the skin on. For my pineapple, it says 1 cup of pineapple. And then for celery, it says that I should have 3 stalks cut into 2-inch pieces. So I just have 2 stalks, and like I said, they smell like celery. They don't smell like onion. So y'all pray for me that these did not take on the taste of the onion. So let me go ahead and prep these ingredients. And then when I start feeding it through the juicer, I'll bring you in a little closer so that you can see. This is so exciting and fun. how about as soon as I got this plugged in, my phone stopped recording because it said that it was too full. So I have cleaned some things out and now I am ready. So let's go ahead and press the start button here on the back. And it's powering up. We see the auger is moving. And so I will start with some celery and apple. Drop a little bit more in there, and I will use this to help get things going. Alright, so now you can see some juices dripping. You can see a little bit of nothing happening over here, but let's keep going. See how we're doing now. Oh, now we're getting a little bit of juice. Yeah, this is gonna just be a taste because there's truly not enough fruit. And you can see that pulp is coming out on the other end, so that's good. Seems to be a little full in here. Looks like most of the juice is still over on this end. You know what I just realized? I didn't open this. Oh no. I completely forgot to open that. No wonder we weren't seeing any juice. Okay, now here we go. Things are much better now. Operator error. It's moving and working exactly as it needed to be. It's a good thing that this little chute here is clear so that you can easily see what's going on, because I probably would have assumed that something was wrong with it. But once I saw all the juices kind of stacking up in this one area, it let me know that it's because I needed to open the lever. So we can see that there's some pulp here. I'm going to try to help it a little bit. Pull some of it out. Okay. Motor still sounds like it's running a little high, but I'm not seeing much juice drip down. Let's see, we got a little bit in here, at least enough to taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and see about getting the juice from within the chute there. But hey, at least you can see how it works. So when I come back on camera, it will be me letting you know how it tastes. All right. So it says that this should make 8 ounces of juice. I don't have 8 ounces of juice. I didn't do too bad. I definitely thought it was going to be way less, so not off by too much. So let's go ahead and pour some into my new little jar.
Oh my gosh, I just lost.
Okay, and this one I did with like some pulp, and I thought it was going to be like a lot of, you know, chunks in there, but it's not. You can see a few things in there swirling around. So, all right, let's take a taste. Cheers. Lord bless this drink that I'm about to receive. Please allow it to nourish and strengthen my body and let it taste good to me. Amen. I definitely taste the celery. Definitely. I don't taste any onion, so that's good. The apple and the pineapple were necessary, I think, to sweeten it up. Pardon me for smacking my lips here, but it's actually not bad. I like this. I bet it's even better when it's cold, so I'm gonna put some ice cubes in this. Well, actually, let me put this in the fridge first, and then I am going to make some more juices based on some things that I saw online. I'll go ahead and record video so that you all can see it, but it won't be in this video because this one is already pretty long. But thank you so much for being with me today on this journey of this unboxing, and then of course making my own fresh cold pressed juice. I really appreciate you watching this all the way to the end. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to my videos and let your friends know, right? Let other folks know who may be interested in getting a juicer or interested in some of the other things that I've shown in this video so that they can see my experience. And I'd love to hear from you all. So if you have some recipes or ideas for different juices that I can try, or some suggestions or recommendations, if you also have this juicer, like, please let me know in the comments. Okay, thank you all so much. Bye.